you cannot handle real work, reality talk, 80+ language, simply skip the video.
So a couple of things, very quickly, short and snappy. This is vlog number 7 already again. And you know what? After 365 days, okay, minus the 7, or maybe, I don't know, today is the 28th, the last day, so it's gonna be more or less days. I don't know. The thing is, after 365 days, let's say 365 days, over 1 million subscribers, and you know what? I'm gonna give you the unique opportunity to be one of them. So subscribe, follow, hate, like, love, I don't know what. So this morning I went out, and when I came back, and see, I've saw once a video of a crow dropping the things from the tree. Happened, and I saw he really did it. The thing is I didn't take my camera. So bullshit or not, I was very surprised about it. Of course it's a video, but they probably do it on a very regular basis everywhere on the planet. So that says something about the crows. You know, that's about the crow thing, that they drop nuts from out of the tree, and then it cracks, and then they can eat it. So wow, insane. They're smarter than some people who hardly can, you know, put their laces together in a reasonable amount of time. I talked about this with one guy this morning. And and this is no disrespect to those people, but you know, some people take it so slow before they go out, or whatever. It takes freaking ages, you know. And then they wonder why they have to go every day to the work and whatever, and complain about all the stuff. Of course I would complain about, even look at it. I'm now complaining about that. Anyway, I'm preparing now all kind of stuff. As you can see, the phones, the camera, I had to prepare the SD card. I'm preparing the reels distribution thing. At the moment we got a boatload of reels, and like I said also before, I created over 2,500 videos. They all need to be edited, but let's see how it goes today. After when I prepare, then I go to I need to train first, because I feel very bloated and everything, and I need to relax. Whew. But yeah, this thing with the scroll, yeah, I didn't take my camera. Stupid, you know, because this is something I thought, let's go out, because I had to go out a little bit, and I thought, let's leave the phone at home, camera at home, let's undigitalize, or whatever, how you want to call it. But yeah, that would be nice. Anyway, so now walking towards the park to train again, and I mention this every day, and probably you will notice every single day, snow, rain. Yeah, okay, now you haven't seen it snowing, but if you watch some of the TikToks and Facebook posts, you can see that I'm walking half naked around in the snow. But this is the thing. So I'm gonna do the same thing today again. So like this, and this is my own experience, and I do believe, and I think people can see it. And again, I'm not saying anything to brag, but I do believe when so for example, you go one day, let's say you go to the gym, no matter what, you know, let's say you do a little bit chest. But what I would do if I would go to the gym, you know, I would do, let's say, 4 times, I don't know what, 15. But the next day I would do 3 times 15, implement some squats. But you know, that there's some sort of line in it. You know, not one day this, one day that. I think you don't build an aesthetic physique. The thing is, of course, the people who really go to the gym and go all in, you know, weighing all the powders and doing all those things correct, and don't eat anything or drink beer like me, yeah, then I understand you wouldn't even listen to this. And of course, when you're a 180 and meet a guy, of course. But like I said, for me, I need to build a fast physique and stay in this shape as long as possible and keep my brain working. But anyway, stick of because I had a point in my head. The thing is to keep consistent with everything. You know, even when you spend, because the past 5 days I only spent exactly, no, not exactly, between 50 and 55 minutes. And those cycles, I call it a cycle, you know, a whole combination of things to pretty much give you an all over body workout, you know, keeps you in shape. And now I'm doing it for the 5th day. That's what I want, or maybe even for the 6th day. I have to check my Google Sheet. But on this day, like yesterday, I simply don't want to do it, huh? But I know how I would feel afterwards. By the way, I'm walking over here now. Very peaceful, because I actually wanted to go to another calisthenics spot, but to be very honest also, I don't want to be in the mass of people. I just want to stay a little bit nature, a little bit chit chats here and there, a little bit video calls, and all peace. And think about stuff, because this whole vlogging, you know, it's raw and unedited. Everything what you see now like this, the long video is just pam pam pam. I don't do anything about it. The reels are done by CapCut AI generation thing, so it adds new captions and it cuts whatever they fit. And you know what? This morning I went through that, but I'm gonna leave it like this because I don't want to spend time on it. Along the way, when I get very familiar with the process of recording, editing, uploading, and distribution, because the distribution is pretty massive at the moment, and I do not have it really right in place, because with the make.com, which I want to use to distribute the content, TikTok is not very integrated with this. And the thing is, let's see how to do this the right way. And you know, if you very familiar with, let's say, because at the moment I want to upload 50 reels a day on all the platforms, social like Instagram, Facebook, so tidal wave of thing, and I want to do that for the next 365 days. So you know, you're not gonna do this manually. But let's get back to the training thing. Even if I don't want to do it, I just fucking do it, because again, when I look at the end of the week, and I do this with everything, huh? So I'm just you know, for the people who sometimes feel a little bit sore or something, you know what, to be very honest, I think I'm for decades sore, sometimes hangover. But even when I'm hangover, just freaking do it. Just freaking do it. Because when you look back and you didn't do it on Wednesday, you see this gap and you think, yeah, I don't get this time back. And I think about it about this a lot of things. And you know, when it's about my sleeping, because some people also ask me about my sleeping, because people notice that I pretty much always respond, no matter what time. And some of them, they ask, when do you sleep? Well, first of all, I'm not a big fan of sleeping. So, you know, my goal is to sleep between 12 and 6. And then, you know, when it's 12 and then I'm busy with stuff or visiting people, and then I think, yeah, you know, let's do 1. And then it's 2. But still, no matter what, I get up at 7:30. That's no matter what happens. And yeah, and if I need to do, let's say it like this, people ask me sometimes, are you never tired? Yes, you know when I'm tired? Every 5 days, every 5th days, because I'm pretty much in a constant, when I'm awake, I talk, I chat, I talk. So I'm pretty much, yeah, I'm constantly actually talking. Anyway, back to the training thing. So when you, and again I mentioned this, just keep tracking what you're doing. You know, you go 1 hour to the gym, you do this amount of squats, and some people might say, yeah, Don, that's a lot of work, and I won't spend it. It's only 15 minutes to do this. And the thing is, the moment that you start actually writing it down, I did, for example, 10 squats or whatever, the thing is, you evaluate yourself, your own behavior, and you get more aware. You know, you get very aware of what you're doing, you know, and then you can actually sit down and think, you know, does this benefit my life, this habit, or not? If it's not, you know, then don't do it. I would think like this. But, you know, for example, I say something very extreme. You take a couple of shots of heroin per day and you write this down in your Google sheet. Well, I would definitely consider to stop doing that. You know, and like I mentioned before, I'm not judging anybody, because I never used heroin, but I used boatloads of drugs. Yeah, I'm not shy about to tell how it is. But now I don't do anymore. Already for a few years. But I had. But anyway, like I said, I don't look down on anybody. But if I would write this down, the amount of drugs that I would consume when I was younger, let's say 15 years ago or 20 years ago, you know, I would say, Dylan, you know, because I didn't have this kind of knowledge, you know, I would say, okay, a normal person would say, yeah, Dylan, I would never use drugs. Okay, good for you. But the thing is, I did. And the thing is, when you have bad behavior and nobody makes you really aware of it, and you know, this is also a thing, if people make you aware of it, they should have some feedback. Because I'm gonna say how it is, a lot of people would say, I would never do this and blah blah blah. Why not? Because you've been there, done that, you understand the reasons, you understand this and that. No, you don't, because you never did it, so you cannot talk about it. So, but I can talk about a lot of stuff. I also used for a great amount of time, you know, I love to lock myself in the room and just eat mushrooms. And this is the thing that was way before. Now it's, you know, everybody wants of the people who want to deep dive ayahuasca or whatever, how you say it, and mushrooms and microdosing and all that bullshit. No, bullshit. But the thing is, I did it way before that, without knowing what the reason actually was. But the thing is, it really shows you reality, real reality, when you go on a trip hallucinating. You know, you go really deep, you're gonna meet yourself, which also helped me a lot to move forward a bit. I can say a bit because it was 20 years ago and I was still a lunatic, huh? But again, for you guys who think that you're not a lunatic but you do boatloads of drugs, just, you know, just write it down. The good habits, the bad habits, just write them down and then think about it for even 1 minute. Does it benefit me? Do I still feel happy with it? Do I hurt other people because my behavior changes a little bit? You know, that's how I think. And when it's about training, to get back to the training and then finish that topic, is simply I don't see the negative things about it. No. So I'm going to show you a little bit where I'm sitting. This is again the West Park, and it's extremely, oh yeah, over there you got the cars. I would say it's extremely quiet over here, but over there you got the cars, and of course me rattling and speaking, talking, however you want to call it. But in general, without me and the traffic, it's a very peaceful place. But more inside, we go a little bit more inside the forest. But first, like always, we need to get rid of a boatload of energy. You know, because sometimes I feel really, you know, like this bull. You know, when those bull riders or wild horse riders, those cowboy people. You know, that's how I feel. Not those people, but like those bulls and wild horses. And I'm not exaggerating. I know it. And this is something, if you're also a high level energy person, well, you better start getting disciplined, busy with something that benefits you, because otherwise you're going to be busy with destructive things, like myself before. It's true. It's totally true. Not because these videos are rough and raw and a lot of 18 plus talk. That's why I'm also doing the thing. I didn't see the option, by the way, in YouTube that it's for 18 plus. Anyway, when I get flagged or banned or whatever, we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. And like I said, just subscribe, you know, because after 365 days I will have 1 million plus subscribers, and you can be one of the lucky ones who can say you were over there, you were one of the first people. Maybe you can even say you were one of the first 1,000 people. Eh? Anyway, we're going to train. Oh, this is actually beautiful, huh? But you know, there's still all the brown leaves. Mother Nature said for a couple of months, you know, let's drop those leaves, replace it with new ones, and the weak ones, you gotta go. Oh, there's another guy filming. I think that's a bird watcher. He's a bird watcher. I am, what am I? Anyway, he's a bird watcher. Well, maybe he's looking for gorillas, monkeys, chimpanzees, or wild boars. No, they're not over here. I think he's a bird watcher. And also, some, you know, sometimes when I run, sometimes in the evening, and especially the first time. See, every time when you run in unknown territory, which I did a lot in my life and probably will do way much more in the future, you know, I'm always a little bit paranoid. Eh? I'm very serious about that. Huh? I'm very paranoid about animals, you know, especially like when now you don't see the leaves, but when there are leaves, everything can be hidden in the fucking forest. You know, one bear thing, and then you see something on BTV, you know, the news TV here in Bulgaria. There was something with a bear last year. You know, somehow you think about, at least me, I do think about that kind of, what if, you know, because hey, you can be the toughest guy on the planet. Yeah, okay, there's very tough people, but I mean, to fight with a bear, God, please. I prefer to do something totally different. Like, yeah, I don't want to go to training. I don't want to fight with bears. Like I said also, you know, I'm also totally not into wrestling with anything, or especially not, and I mentioned it before, because I saw one picture yesterday of a guy. They were in a wrestling thing and were half naked and choking each other. Not the MMA thing that you bash each other. You know, there's still a little bit to say, hello, I'm gonna knock you out, right? But the other people who were sitting together, you know, yeah, okay, you know, no judgment, but I cannot do that. That is one of the reasons that I never went into wrestling stuff, you know, because it's so close contact, they glabber over each other, and the people would, some might say, yeah, that sounds pretty homophobic. I'm far from homophobic. I don't hate anybody. I simply don't want to glabber over another guy, you know. Can you blame me? And then the thing is, other people who do it, of course, all the respect, those people are extremely strong. Like I said, I once wrestled with a guy just for fun because I was totally hammered. But it was the only time, and we were wearing clothes, you know, not. Okay, but it's true. So we're going to train now, and then let's see what's gonna happen the rest of the day. Because to be very honest, also today, maybe you can see it, maybe you cannot see it. I am walking, you know, the past 48 hours I'm walking on, you know, that I sometimes, you know, that you can sit somewhere and you just fall asleep. That's also how I am now. You know, when I say every 5 days I can just fall asleep somewhere, and then I sleep for 2 hours, and then poof, you know, everything goes like a freaking rocket again. So now we're gonna train, relax, and to be honest, again, I actually don't want to do it, but I know how I'm gonna feel afterwards. Because if I would now start doing my talks with the people, I'm missing that some sort of confidence. You know, I just failed myself. I failed myself, and that's how I go into a conversation to motivate people and blah blah blah. No, man, I need to fucking suffer. You need to suffer every single day. Bam. You know, in the beginning when I started doing calisthenics, and in my home, people know that there was in Leeuwarden, in Holland, I had a pull-up bar, and also at those days there was I didn't even know about YouTube and things online. So, and like I said, also with the mushrooms, you know, I'm not running after other people following what they do, because now you have to swallow this and this, and now you have to do this, now you have to be a vegetarian, now you have to say that the world is going, you know, that was also something, right, in 2000, you know, to the year 2000 everybody will die or whatever. And then you got ice buckets throwing over your head. You know, most of the people did it for clout, you know, not for benefiting the people who were actually having this disease. They just want to join the cloud and get some extra views. And then, you know, and those things are all temporarily. All those things are temporarily. And with my rough and raw vlogs, it's gonna be non-stop. It's gonna go only up and up, because I want to involve other people, and getting more confident now with putting also other people, and also how to offer it. You know, you want to do a little conversation on the camera, and then some other things more, yeah. And when it's also sunny, and I also need to arrange some document stuff, which I'm also busy with, so that I also want to get out of my head. I need to arrange some. Oh yeah, that is maybe also nice. I'm even looking for an apartment, because do I want my privacy? No, not really. That's not the thing, because there will be people visiting constantly, but also somehow, you know, that I can say this is my home, and that is really a thing, I think. I'm not even sure about that, huh? To be very honest. But let's see how everything goes. We're just moving forward faster and faster, faster. All the beautiful people that I met yesterday, if you watch, keep on doing what you're doing, and not only keep on doing what you're doing, but make sure that it's an upper line. You will have a couple of downfalls, especially when you try to go as fast as possible. You know, when you go up, you will fall, and if you're a reckless idiot like I was, you will fall on the bottom. Because once, and then I will stop talking. Once when I lost fucking everything in Holland, we went out. I had also one day, I went here in Sofia to Boulevard Vidisha, bought a bottle of vodka, swallowed the bottle, not a bottle, the liquid inside, and then a person came to me. Of course I was mentally not in a good state, trust me, and that is weakness. When I think about now, I think, you weak motherfucker, but that doesn't matter. The moment, you know, and then you're in a foreign country, yeah? At that moment I couldn't read Cyrillic, didn't speak any word Bulgarian, and again, at the moment I'm far from speaking properly Bulgarian, but with a lot of people I can really get along in the Bulgarian way. Some people don't even speak a word English. I lived even with a few that didn't speak a word English. Even the police asked me about it. How do you live? Yeah, well, when okay, that's another story, but they thought also it was funny, because they probably never heard about it. Anyway, when I was just drinking this bottle of vodka, and a person came to me, he said, "Are you okay?" Well, if somebody comes to you in another country, and you can you wiggle over like this over the street, and somebody asks you, "Are you okay?" then you're not okay. Oh, I felt like a loser, huh? A loser. Yeah. No, but that's the way it is. Now we're gonna train. Ciao for now. Yeah, this is another thing. Now, I always just performed things on TikTok, right? Just specific exercise that I'm doing, but I never talked why I'm doing, and that's what I'm gonna do from next week. I think next week. Yes, so then I will start talking about why I'm doing it like this, and you probably will see also that it works. And again, everything that I'm saying, nothing is about bragging. I just want to help people just to get accomplished much faster the things that I did. That's the only reason, nothing else, nothing less. I don't want anything from you. The only thing that I want from you is subscribe, just like or thumbs down. Anyway, just that is for next week, and then the TikTok thing is down below. So now we're going to train, because I want to mention this because I never actually explained. So I will do the versus thing. You know, a lot of people do dips, very weird, but in the same amount of time you can actually get very ridiculous ripped by doing some things more thoughtful in the same amount of time, and probably even less time. And the thing is, I had to figure it out by myself, so I want to share those things. So, ooh, it's busy over there. Yeah, now the weather is getting better, and now everybody wants to train, get in shape for the summer. Well, if you think like this, I need to get in shape for the summer, and let's say you got a spouse, you don't think about her or him that you in the winter also naked together, so you're rolling in the summer a little bit in shape, so to enjoy it. And then some guys will say, yeah, my woman is not like this. Well, good, but the thing is, why do most of those women, before they get married, hiring strippers? Because they do like it, but they think because this man, we can keep him under control, and vice versa. You know, I know for men how they also talk, so I'm not gender specific. It's just about what I'm always saying. So you need to be in the winter looking like a blob? No, it needs to be 365, and you can do it in a very small amount of time. So anyway, follow it on TikTok, but I also want to do the video reels here, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great year, and after 365 years, or 365 years, 365 days, you're one of those million subscribers. So subscribe. So I'm also gonna stop mentioning this. So we're gonna train a little bit. So far, actually, I think how many minutes? 65 minutes. So 1 hour and 5 minutes. Anyway, dips plus knee raises 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dips plus L sit 2 times 5. Normal pull-ups 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull-ups plus toes to bar. Windmills. Hanging knee raises on the parallel bar. Hanging knee raises, toes to bar, just without the pull-up. Australian rows, normal grip, bicep, triceps, pike plus push-up, Bulgarian lunges, forward walking lunges, window wipers, 360 degrees, dead hang, both hands. So yeah, like I said, you know, you can get access pretty much to this sheet. I do have other exercises, but this is real my daily baseline, my basis stuff. So I feel good enough to be hyped up enough for everything, to keep on talking, to keep my brain pretty much non-stop fresh. You know, I'm actually thinking about this, you know, keep my brain fresh. Some people, and I know a lot of people who don't train, and you don't have to do things every day, but as long as there's some sort of thing in it, you know, let's say if you do it 3 times a week, do it the rest of your life like this. But I also know people who never train, they do a little bit bicycling and I don't know what, and with gloves, you know, a 30-year young man sitting with gloves and just driving around in the city. You know, they're not going with 70 miles of kilometers per hour down the hill. So, but those people, they are very quickly mentally drained, huh? And I'm saying this not to disrespect anybody, but if you want something different than you do now, you have to do a little bit more, you know, as something out of, let's say, the ordinary. And but this is another thing. This is really another thing. You know, I was at the other training spot, and also other training spots. You know, let's say older people. This guy that was over there also. I think he's 65 or something, probably even a little bit older, but 65. Still does He did 7 pull-ups. You know, not the dips of the chin-ups like most older men would do. He just pull-ups, you know, with the chin over the bar. Chin-ups is more for the bicep. You understand? Maybe not. But you know what? You know, I also know a lot of people who did not even reach the 65. But also I know some 65. And if you hear this is not specifically about you. I know a lot of older people, in case you get because probably you're watching, maybe, but this is also very motivating for me, huh? Because over there was also an older woman, you know, also above 60, just doing a little bit from everything something, just to maintain, you know. At one point, you know, when I'm gonna be above the 60, I'm probably also, maybe, you never know. And this is another thing, and I said this also in another video. Once I would reach, let's say, see at the moment, so what I want to say is, when for example, what I would feel that my level of testosterone would go totally through the drain, I would definitely consider to take testosterone. But definitely not now. I'm now 46, gonna be 47 this year, but you know, we're not going into the 80 plus stuff, but my things are way above the average, and I can say that, and other people can confirm that. But not only that, I can feel it, you know. If I would take extra testosterone, I think I would sleep every week one time. I don't know how that works, but I also did not a lot of research on it. So, but I'm, you know, to stay, let's say, a little bit manly and not turn in some kind of old guy that you start looking like your wife, or the other way around, or you start looking like each other, then there is something wrong, right? The testosterone is going down, the women get less, and they're going after this menopause thing, you know. Anyway, I'm just saying, you know, health is wealth, and this is another thing. Some people, and if you're also watching, see, I'm just saying, but I don't mention names, but some people walking around in suits try to intimidate me, or, you know, impress me is more the word, you know, with their lease car and whatever. Nothing, see, for the eye it looks great, but there is not a lot of value coming from their mouth. There is not a lot of effort for actually providing value. It's more about how I can make a little bit, let's say 10 grand a month, and that's it. And it's not about how can I increase my value to the world and also show a little bit more interest in other people, because I had and still have every day very interesting talks with people. Some people really don't, most people don't give a shit about somebody else. It's true. They only think about me, and that's it. Well, anyway, this is not, whatever you also maybe feel stepped on your toes by me saying this. It's true. And look in the mirror. And this is also the people who are actually on this planet to do good. And I talk also with very nice, wealthy people. That is also a difference between rich and wealthy people. Rich people chase money. Wealthy people, they chase to become better, provide more value when money is just a byproduct. So keep that in mind if you decide to be rich or wealthy. You know, rich people in general, most of the rich people that I met, they're always quote unquote busy. They don't managing stuff. They're always having troubles with their businesses or whatever. And of course wealthy people too, but they manage things, you know, and they grow mentally with it. But anyway, we're not going too far into that topic. So let's summarize. Health, I think it's very important, because I get daily tons of DMs, and I'm gonna think a little bit about my words, with also videos and images from all kind of people from all kind of countries, and they ask me, "Oh, how can I change this, how can I change that?" The thing is, you know, I always say don't start straight away, you know, with, you know, if you never have done anything, then just start with walking, you know, 5 kilometers a day, but do 5 kilometers a day for the next 30 days, and then the next 30 days 6 kilometers a day. Not go all the way. No, now I'm gonna run 5 kilometers, and then you complain in front of the television because, oh, my hips are hurting. Yeah, of course. You know, also with the running thing, you know, everything needs to adapt. Your bones, your muscles, your joints. You know, you're not gonna run straight away. I don't know what, 5 or 10 kilometers if you never done anything. And also, yeah, when you're let's say your muscle mass is pretty much a small percentage of not even a small percentage, a really small percentage, and the rest is all body fat, your joints can never hold this. And it's true, you just run down the hill and you go freaking nuts. Yeah, the truth. Anyway, and we're gonna talk when other people around, just out of politeness. But let's go and let's see. We'll go do a little talk in Lulen and then see. And then maybe later to the center. But first, a little bit Lulen, and then we'll see. So at the moment, I'm again in Lulen. I'm just, you know, everything is very rough and raw and no editing. Of course, I skip a lot of events, what's happening in between, and also there's obviously a lot of things that needs to be arranged. I'm gonna just share a little bit when it's about pushing the limits, eh? Like I said also this morning, you know, every 5 or 6 days I crash a little bit, and that is physically and I would say mentally. But it's not like that I'm crawling over the floor like a shrimp in a pan with you know, with oil. No, then you're not shriveling. Anyway, the thing is, at this point, and I'm going to share exactly how I feel. At this point, I could sleep any single moment, and I feel even this close to feeling very dizzy. You know, when your sugar is very low or whatever, you know, you can pass out any single moment. Your sweat is, and things start sizzling between your ears. Well, that's how I feel at the moment. But I'm used to that so much, so I need to sit down a little bit. Bought one beer from the alcohol stores just to, and a lot. Let me tell you this: when it's about beer, yeah, I get energy from it, and now I'm just waiting till it starts to work a little bit, because I'm very honest about it, and I'm pushing every day to the limit. And again, there's a lot of stuff that you don't see, but I want to show a lot of more stuff. But like I said, the first 7, this is day 7 now, I think. You know, I have to find my voice fast. I have to put the editing process more streamlined, and now I'm more or less yeah, when it's about the creation of the reels, it needs to be optimized. I want to add B-rolls, so for example, when I would say, now yeah, for example, I'm gonna give a very simple example. I would say hallelujah, and then I would take from the movie Face Off that Nicolas Cage grabs the woman by the ass and says hallelujah. Those are very nice B-rolls that make videos, I think, very interesting, but I simply don't have the time. But I need to get, that's what I really want to that point, that things getting very visual, attractive, more snappy things, maybe a little bit more controversial, but not too much that I go over the ads and getting banned instantly. But now at the moment it actually starts to rain. This morning started so good, but yeah, what can you expect? It's now the end of February. We go in the right way. Mother Nature tries to throw a little bit still water on us. At least no snow, a little bit wind. And again, I'm just sharing at the moment. I am this close to pass out from like I said, every 5 or 6 days I'm just, because I keep pushing it and then yeah, I had times, many times, then I was in the supermarket and I just need to fight it not to pass out over there, and then I look like like, yeah, you can say it like a junkie, but I am not a junkie. But the thing is, I push it so far and then I'm just need to pay, and then you're almost passing out. Your arms are shaking, and some of you guys, you might say, yeah, Dylan, that doesn't sound healthy. Yeah, what is healthy and what is not healthy? I simply push it so far. Imagine yourself as a little child, and then you go to bed, that your legs are so painful that you from the running and climbing and whatever you did, running away from the police, or and then you fall asleep. Now I feel every day like this, and yeah, that breaks you up once in a while. But I'm not complaining. That is simply how I live, and that is for at the moment. So what kind of value can you get from this? Yeah, maybe, because a lot of people are so in the 24 hours thing. Now I need to go to bed. Now I need to the breakfast thing. I am totally not in that kind of rhythm. I'm in the rhythm of the 5 days thing. So if I talk about training, I'm gonna talk a lot about training. And the thing is, for me, I see everything over a longer period. So 5 days in a row. Maybe I can switch it up with one thing, like boxing, or hand the boxing back. I don't have the, let's say, the urge to do more than that. The back thing, the runs, that is for at the moment, because it's not. Like I explained also in another video, I want to focus now more, a little bit more, look more filled up for the videos next week, for the training videos. But when I would start running on top of all the things that I do on a daily basis and talk with all the people, yeah, then I lose weight. Then everything gets sucked out, like a balloon, and you suck the air out. Now, yeah, that's how I then look, like a, yeah, now you can say almost like a teenager. Then, but anyway, now it's temperatures not bad. It's not windy. A little bit refreshing drops from the sky. That keeps me also a little bit awake, because again, I'm in this, and I know after 30 minutes it's gone. But yeah, anyway, let's wait till this is over. And today is probably not the most hyped up and controversial talks. I'm actually thinking about what kind of talks I had. But anyway, we keep on going, we keep on moving, and I'm gonna wait now at this point till it's a little bit over. You know, when you have those times, because I was actually also recharging my phone and the GoPro camera, and I was sitting over there, and I was like, you know, like those birds, you know, when they sit on a twig, and then they look with their eyes like, you know, like this. And somehow when I'm outside, it's always going much better. The thing is, and that's the thing, but I also always had in school. You know, there's always too less air, or I was so bored out of my mind that I would think, yeah, you know, better to sleep, which of course is not allowed. You know, that also sounds like a regime, right? You have to be there, you have to listen to, now yeah, for all the people who go to school, good enough, but again, I'm not gonna rant again about the stuff that I already said yesterday, but it's true, right? You sit over there, the books are never updated. I don't know what they're doing now because I'm not up to date, so some people might say, yeah, no, you're not up to date, you cannot say those things. Well, we all know, all the people who go to school, you go to high school, and then I don't know what comes after that, special education stuff, and then you go for a job. You get a mortgage, you get a wife with it, and now first you get a wife, you get married, you get a family with it, you get a house. Now if you're lucky, let's say she sticks with you, or otherwise she sucks you dry. Can both ways. I'm not, again, not gender thing, and then yeah, and then it's the end of the road. So yeah, that's how I think about, let's say, that kind of try. But also when I think about it, and again also when I was sitting with the director or the boss of the school, he asked me at that time, what do you want to do, without giving me any guidelines. You know, I know how to give people guidelines to figure out what you want. You put it on a time frame, you put it on a Google Sheet, you track stuff, the skills, the things that you want to do, that you don't want to do, the things that you hate. That's how you get to a point what you want. You know, also what I always say, you need to figure out the things that pulls you, the things that pushes you, and you have to figure out your vehicle that brings your stuff to the market, your knowledge, your product, or whatever you got. Maybe you're a broker and you need to resell other people's stuff. That's what you do, that's your vehicle. And the things that pulls you is maybe a higher purpose. It should be the things that pulls you should always be higher than just money, you know. And what is my thing? I already said it yesterday. So, but that is, in 5 minutes I can get people pretty much. And actually at this moment, and if you're watching, I will contact one of you tomorrow and the other one probably today, or maybe also tomorrow. I will catch you both by the nutsack tomorrow, because I gave them some guidelines and they seem to be pretty serious about their future and whatever. You know, people are always serious until they prove the opposite, or they prove what. Oh shit! Now it's actually going to rain. For the GoPro, doesn't matter, but for my phone, it's a no-go. Okay, good. We're feeling better. We're not going back to the small liquor store here in Lulin. Also, we're not gonna walk around in Lulin and meet other people. That's already behind me. And yeah, let's see what we can do. Oh, it's maybe also a little bit refreshing. I'm still in that flow that my hands are shaking. Come on, push it through. And sometimes what I also did, you know, then I would go for a 5 kilometer run or 10 kilometer run just to see if I can do it. You know, when you shaking, everything, you know, you're almost passing out, and then you're still gonna do that. Yeah, and then you feel amazing afterwards, huh? I'm telling you. And some of you might say, yeah, then you're not that close to passing out. Well, trust me, sometimes I even enjoy it. And that's maybe also part of the thing you know, I had times, and you know, and yeah, you know, when you consume too much drugs or whatever in the past, you know, then you're so close close to losing it, and you still win it in the end. Different talk. So now maybe I'm gonna eat a little bit of chicken soup on the Dmitry Petkov market, but I'm not 100% sure. Well, ciao for now, because now it starts to rain and there is water on the lens, which doesn't matter because the GoPro is waterproof, watertight, or water resistant. Not that I'm gonna swim with it. Oh, maybe I would. It would be actually nice. Oh, when I think about it, today I had a talk with I'm not gonna mention his name, with the person who has a souvenir shop in Gozo. No, in the Blue Lagoon, Comino. And if you watch this, but yeah, that would be nice to go with the camera on the water and see all the fishes and humans. Yeah, but it's actually beautiful. I didn't when I lived in Malta, I didn't do enough diving. I always wanted to fish also, but yeah, that didn't. Yeah, maybe another time. But with the GoPro, that would be very nice, you know, to film on the water all the fishes, and of course in other places of the world, you know, Caribbean. Never been there, but you know, it's probably even better. I wouldn't know. So, but I think with the GoPro, I would definitely try to see how it would look like on the water, and I think you can get very nice content. Anyway, and I would not say it's better than this. Now you just look at my face and just hear me rattling about all kind of different topics that maybe makes you confused or think about stuff. Look, and this morning it started so nice with the sun. And the sun tries to fight the clouds and everything, but Mother Nature says, wait a minute, we have to wash first all the snow and all the other debris that came with the snow from whatever, and she takes care of the planet now with providing a little bit water, including us humans, animals. Okay, let's keep it like this now. I really don't know. I need to get out of this almost passing out moment. So now I'm passing by a calisthenics spot. Again, this one is also on Google Maps. The link is down below. All the calisthenics spots, I marked them. Also the tiny hidden ones, but probably they're still. And by the way, about this little the mini mart chain that I talked about, now I saw another one, a very mini mart. Anyway, I should actually get paid after I got this 1 million subscribers for mentioning it. But yeah, this one was I don't know how mini can be, but a very nice cozy mini mart thing. And I didn't go in to check if this person is also nice, because like I said, all people are they do a great job with this, huh? I never met the owner of the creator of it, but okay, now it starts to rain pretty, and you know, between all the sometimes crazy stuff, I like to sit over there and really think about and evaluate about the stuff that is going on, the bigger processes, the smaller ones, the current ones, some issues that need to be solved, some schemes of other people, but that will all be very public, because there is one huge thing that is totally out of my control, and yeah, that is still going on, and I'm not going into details about it yet, but you know, that I think as a human being there are some things you simply cannot do, and that is take away people their freedom for nothing, because it has to do something with this. And that person is pretty much, or was, me. And yeah, let's say it like this, and if you take freedom away for, let's say, a week, yeah, or 2 weeks, and what about a month, and you're involved in that because you think, or you point the finger, or you create stories in your mind. But the thing is about this guy, his lies are actually in court registered, so he can never take it back. And let's see, and I'm mentioning it now a little bit. I don't mention the country, I don't mention anything, but some of you guys who watch this video, you know what it's about. But not only that, people who anyway, everything will be done the way it should be done, and everybody will get his or her turn in a very polite way, because yeah, that's what I would think about. And you know, like, again, you know, people who are involved in, you know, taking someone's freedom based upon your own fucking fantasies, and then actually, and I'm gonna tell you this also, the person who did this in court and pointed me as someone who's involved or did something what I didn't done, and I didn't really do it, because I know who did it, and the person also admitted that he did it, but I sacrificed my time for his. So that is the thing. And when I had to go to court, it was one big circus. I got lynched. You know, you ever threw a piece of meat between the hyenas? Now, me neither, but I was that piece of meat, and the hyenas was the judge, the prosecutor, and the person. And this person is now, okay, that and it's still going on, but that is, when he pointed at me, he didn't even have the balls to look me in the eyes. The judge asked, "Can you point at blah blah blah?" That's me, dotcombaron, blah blah blah, dotcom blah blah blah. But when he was pointing, he felt, because he kept his head down like this, you know, like, it's like he knew that he was wrong, and he made up the story quickly in a moment of probably enthusiasm. And yeah, when there are other officials involved, and he already made up the story quickly, because he had to make up a story just to actually also arrest me, and at that time. And his lie, and also I do have a video about it. That explains everything. And even a 12-year-old understands this is impossible. Even multiple lawyers, they would say, they already said this is out of proportions. But the thing is, no matter what, I already lost the time. Am I looking for revenge? No, I'm looking for something that cleans my name. And also that in my opinion, like, again, when you take away somebody's freedom, because that was at one point the case, how do you look in the mirror? You know, like, oh, I'm so proud of myself now. Somebody is having a very difficult time, and it's all because of my story. Well, and this is also something on top of that, it's fucking not true. It's also totally impossible, but I will publish this video as well, because I made that video for several people who are involved as legal teams and blah blah blah, and they all said, yeah, it's insane. And all the measurements, because I went very detailed into it, it's not impossible. It's simply impossible. Even if you don't know what it's about and you're gonna see the video, you would say that is insane. But that video, I will share that video, and of course I want to say what's happening in the video and also put it in some sort of a context so everything is more clearer, and then it's also really bomb. You know, it's online and it's set. And that's also something, the thing about yesterday when I said the good morning thing in Spanish, you don't hear anybody talking about it. I also didn't do very well research, but I talked with real people. You know, not everything is like, I would say, behind the keyboard and the screen, but I don't use laptops or keyboards and whatever. But the thing is, because everything I do is from the phone. But yeah, that is gonna be an interesting story, and that is only one of the things. And it's actually no, you could say it's not in Bulgaria, by the way. You could say that would reveal a corruption scheme. Yeah, and some people need to be involved in that, and that's me. Just saying. And if you're also watching this, try to figure out where I am. I am Bulgaria and all that kind of stuff, and try to figure out how you're gonna solve this. That's what I'm saying. I'm not angry or something, but I do believe you cannot do stuff like that. But leave that subject for later, because I'm patient, very patient. You learn something like this, because in my case it took over 3 years. So you learn patient, to be very patient, and yeah, fun times. And inside that period, yeah, a lot of interesting things also happen. Like real people really reveal their faces, and this was a beautiful time, and that is also going to be discussed. And I think a lot of you guys can learn something from it, so you don't make the same mistakes as well, people like me. Would save you a lot of time. Maybe you don't get the knowledge, but I don't think you should get this kind of knowledge, this kind of experiences. Although I don't regret it. Okay, I cannot compare it, but they say, you know, people who survived cancer, some of them, they say, you know, I'm happy that it happened. And of course, I'm not comparing anything like this, but you understand a little bit that I also want to say I'm happy that it somewhat happened, and you got to deal with it, because you cannot turn back the time. That's why I'm also with everything now. And also that is maybe one of the reasons I don't want to sleep. But yeah, at one point you need to say, hey, yeah, and by the way, while I'm talking, I'm not I'm not in this moment of almost passing out. And while I'm actually talking now, I am missing another one, but every 8 minutes they come. And you know what? I'm going to the supermarket. Maybe I actually, and if you're watching this, I bought you the pink tomato seeds, so you can plant those in South America. Anyway, so let's see. Ciao for now. Okay, two things. You know, you remember that I almost passed out, you know, in the, I don't know, maybe 2 scenes back. Well, I'm over that point, and that feels great now. Another thing, yeah, I cannot put the camera on many situations for obvious reasons, but yeah, try to imagine, you know, a pile of carton boxes and some other things around it. No garbage, only carton boxes and a lot of other stuff like clothes. And then and that's what now happening on my right side. It's a homeless guy, but I have seen many and I talked with many, but this one is incredibly unique. And of course I will never push a camera in anybody's face, and definitely not unless you would say, yeah, that you would like to, I don't know what, but I want to talk with him. At the moment I don't feel comfortable because I'm also getting a little bit cold. All of a sudden it's getting a little bit chilly, vanilla. So, and I'm now almost in the Airbnb room, so I am going to put on a jacket, and then I'm going to say hello to some other people. But so I was talking about this pile with the boxes and everything. When you go to the market, those fruit boxes, vegetable boxes, and then a pile of it, and then there's one head. He always sits in the middle of it, to keep himself warm probably, but I would have done it a little bit different, but yeah, he just sits over there, and now it rains, it's very shitty. Yeah, anyway, that's what I want to say, and that is over here in this neighborhood. Of course, I'm not going to pinpoint exactly before people start. No, in Bulgaria people are very respectful, so they're not going to do the monkey watching thing. I'm saying it in the most respectful way. I'm not saying that he's a monkey, but in other countries, I know. Because, oh yeah, let me tell you something. See, I was once in a position that, I talked a little bit about the corruption thing. So when that was actually happening, and I had a day off, let's say it like this, young people came to me and they said, can we give you 25 euros? I think they said, can we give you 25 euros? And trust me, at that time I definitely could use it, but can we give you 25 euros? Now you can also, yeah, and then put my face on the camera and said, no, of course not, are you fucking insane? But can you imagine, that's how. And I understand some people do a long-term building, but these guys were just messing around, and that's okay. I'm not going too deep into that topic, but let's say it like this, and I'm gonna keep it like this. And young people growing up, very comfy situations, and plus there's no danger in the country, not real danger. And I spoke with people over there, and they said, yeah, this and that. And I also spoke with heroin addicts over there. I also said, you live in fucking paradise. Why would you use fucking heroin? And you know what I think? Boredom. And he came up, multiple people came up with all kind of stuff. Why things were so bad. I said, But anyway, about this guy sitting in the boxes over there. Yeah, now it starts to rain, Anyway, maybe one of these days I'm just gonna say something, because I always look at everybody, and in general, actually, let's say 99.9% people also always look back, and most of the times I also just say something. But this person is pretty, with some people you take a little bit more time. Okay, I need a jacket. So now I'm at the apartment and I need a jacket. Apartment? I got a room over there. Airbnb, mofo. And then we'll see. You know what? I'm not going to take a jacket. I'm going straight away over there. But in general, when I sit over there, I'm gonna sit a little bit, talk a little bit, chit chat, because around this time a lot of people pass by. So let's see. Because now I'm over this thing that I want to pass out, so I can go another 5 days without almost passing out. I like that. I don't like to feel like this, when you start shaky a little bit. and then you should actually sleep. Or but my mind would say, hey, what if you just stay awake? What if? What if you stay a little bit longer, and then you will be a little bit more proud of yourself when you actually, you deserve to live. Yeah, there are a lot of people, and I'm not gonna mention the continents or whatever, because I always need to say that, but because I had several conversations with people about it yesterday. But some people, some people do those midday sleeps. Okay, and my father, he did a daytime a nap, but he was on an age and he was not 25 anymore. I know guys, even younger, they do a daytime a fucking sleep of 1 or 2 hours, and then they say, yeah, I wake up at 5 or whatever. Yeah, okay, good for you, but act normal, man. Oh shit, they took away the table now because it's raining, so I cannot sit outside. Let's see if we can actually sit. And is it actually open? No, I must. I think he's taking a shit. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Mamma mia. Oh, mamma mia. I'm actually almost bumped. Ah, няма места. Няма стол. I'm gonna ask for a chair. Also a funny guy. Hey! 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 So let's talk about body language plus location. So I'm gonna say something, and if you're watching, you know what happened. So okay. When a woman waves at you, what does that mean? They smile and they wave from their occupation. One is a butcher and one is a stripper. But the location of the stripper was not inside the strip club. I'm not going to strip clubs. Only if my girlfriend would work over there, because as I told you also before, I have I had multiple girls in the entertainment business. So when some I brought to them their work or whatever, you can judge me on it or whatever. But I don't go to strip clubs like and I'm gonna say how it is. When you go as a man to the strip club, I don't know what to have to pay for attention from women. I'm gonna say how it is, and I think those people are weak men. And because no matter what they're gonna say, I'm a busy businessman, I just want to have attention, blah blah blah. Okay, you're a businessman, good for you, but you still need to pay for women's attention. I think there's something going horribly wrong. But okay, let's get to the topic. What do you think? Because I want to close every day now with a thought. And not only that it's gonna be maybe applicable to your life, you over there behind the Android phone, Apple phone, desktop, laptop, big screen TV, you see my ugly face over there on it and says something like this. So, what does that mean? And you can also see if you're a woman, and I saw already from the demographics, actually 65% of the people who are watching, especially the shorts, are men. But, okay, just give it a thought, just to get yourself out of the routine that you're in, and just thought. So, a woman who waves from you the inside from the butcher place, Nice lady, by the way. She has beautiful eyes, actually, huh? But this is the thing. Or a woman, she's a stripper, but she waves at you, pulls down the window, and just waves at you. And this is not about this and this, blah blah blah. You know that there are so many people on this planet. I don't focus on, you know, there's abundance. Let's say it like this. And this is not to brag or anything like this. I'm not in the bragging business. And then as I also said, in whatever I say, I try just to make people think. Make people think about that there's also a whole different world outside their own world. Because a lot of people, like I said, they live in their own world, right? Me. I need to pay the rent next month, and who else comes in my way or whatever. I don't even see it. Because there's another situation that and maybe I already mentioned it. No, I talked about this with another guy. But that's the thing. That's the only thing that I want to do. And what is the other thing that I want to do? That people who train, or people who think about training, that they give the, you know, I can say, that's why I'm going to start speaking on the training videos, because there's a reason. There's everything that I do on a daily basis, there is a reason for it. There is also a reason that I go to specific stores. There is a reason that I take specific routes. Everything that I do has a reason. And when things don't make sense to be somewhere or to walk somewhere, I don't do it. And the thing is, okay, sometimes I go totally, you know, because sometimes I really have days that I'm brain dead. I'm very brain dead. And then I just let my how do you say it, spontaneous, or I let myself guide by the elements around me. So for example, if my brain is totally dead, then I would get myself, I also wouldn't go drive or whatever. I just would get myself a 4-lever card, day card. I would walk, let's say, towards the center, and then whatever comes. I hear a tram coming, I jump in this one. Do I feel I want to get out, or I want to look at the store or talk with these people in this store? I just go out and do a little chit chat. And then when I go out, then you never also, you know, because it's a big city, and or a big city, it's a good city. And the thing is, you know, when you bump into someone, yeah, maybe this person says, hey, let's take a look over there. Actually, and if you were watching, and I don't want to go over there, but I went, before that I come into the apartment, I want to say hello in the neighborhood, and this young man, he asked, you want to go to the casino? After, when he's done over there. So the thing is, you know, I could sit in the casino, but I don't want to go over there. But, by the way, if you watch this, thank you for the invitation. I always, you know, respectfully decline if I don't want to go, because some places I simply don't want to go. If I go to the casino, and the people who went with me to the casino, I go over there for the beer. And a little bit, you know, 5-lever roulette, you know, up. And that's when it's about the casino. Yeah, that's another story. I will tell that story another time, because I think it's a very nice story, because I went away from a country, and I hadn't, also again, I lost everything, and I was sitting in the plane, and then the plane was too late, and because of Revolut, and when the plane was 30 minutes too late, you could actually get free VIP access, and that's yeah, you understand, if you could leave the country, that country, after 3 years, not could make a freaking move, you get totally freaking hammered. But that didn't stop me, you know, just bam, 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 and then after that, totally again without anything, only one suitcase. I think I had no, I had one suitcase. But yeah, then I went to the casino to make the money for my first rent and everything. But that's another story. But about the women in the different locations and when they wave. But without getting judgmental over here or attached to anything like idolizing any kind of person in any kind of occupation or in any kind of situation or any kind of mindset that I am in, you know, I am not needy or something, but I'm always interested, you know, in the end, everybody wakes up in the morning, takes shit, and that kind of stuff. Everybody's human, you know, and no matter what you do, kind of occupation, you know, as long as you smile and spread out your positive energy, and I do get a lot of positive energy, the amount of negative energy is so minimal, it's actually ridiculous. No, wait a minute, I'm not jinx, that kind of stuff, you don't jinx my... But the amount of negative energy is less than 1%. And all the content that is already out there, all combined, it's actually a miracle. But... you know, and those, and then I mentioned those two different women, and also those are also based upon current events. And, you know, and I compare those things, and I think, you know, this one over there, that one over there, but still the same energy somehow. They somehow do have the same energy, very positive energy. Which I really like about, you know, people who went through something. They don't fake stuff. Because people, and that's why I'm also, you know, I said it yesterday also, you know, people, what is your worst, you know, especially when you consider to get some sort of collaboration, you know, or you help people, you know, what is the worst thing you ever went through, you know, what is the worst thing? And we're not, yeah, what is the worst thing? That determines a lot of my decision now these days. Like I said in the past, you know, I would say, okay, you want to be a manager, be a manager. I also once hired a person for the bar, and there was a girl, and she said, and I asked her, how much do you want to earn? And there's also, if you think about it, I don't know, and she mentioned something, and I think it was 450 euros or something. I say, okay, then I give you 650. But I also knew that she came with a whole crew around her. But yeah, bad management, and again, and this is not to constantly talk about what I all did bad, but that's what yes, I'm sharing what I did bad. I had, you know, again, my ambitions were way much higher than my talent. Nobody actually around me, and yeah, they were all totally uneducated people when it's about real life. True. Never actually took real gambles, you know, so you cannot, and if you still connect with people like that and you take gambles, you know, to actually do the attempts to create a better life for yourself, and in the meantime spoil your so-called friends, yeah, then you're not the smartest guy in the room. And that was me. But, and that's why I'm also mentioning, and tomorrow I will mention other red flags, and along the way I will mentioning way much more about science around environment, and because, you know, that's always the thing, right? When you're out of the situation or out of the environment, then you're gonna see your mistakes very clearly. When you're in it, while you're in something, you're only gonna see really the mistakes that you made when you're out of it. and to get out of something and then actually evaluate and then actually really admit to yourself, yeah, I made those mistakes, and I admit I made a lot of mistakes. I also did a lot of good things, but I want to share those thoughts. I want to share those feelings that I had, that were many times misplaced, also totally uneducated and not very well researched. Actions upon the word of somebody else, and then expecting, when you get with some people in a project that they would do the same. And people like me, when we were getting into something, we're not gonna watch home television, and no, we think, we try to figure out, we get at that time, keep on doing what we had to do, and most people then went home and just take it easy, smoke a joint. See, and then there's already an imbalance. Also when I had a business with somebody else, that was also an interesting thing. At one point there is simply an imbalance, and if I would, for example, just to give you an example, if I would come up now with the ideas that I have now at this level, and I would talk to those people in, I call it a village, they would also totally disagree with everything. See, and that's the thing. Do you really need a so-called business partner? And why do you need him, Because you don't feel confident enough about your own skills? Do you really, because, to be very honest, for me it was simply because he asked me. That was the thing. But also without him, I wouldn't do it, because at that time I was not brave enough, let's say it like this, or courageous enough to start something like a business on my own. It should have been. I did a lot of things together with other people because of the reason of not having the courage of doing it alone. And I'm saying this honestly. This is not about a financial thing. It is not about other people who really brought skills to the table. It was more or less, that was the thing. But I always really quickly adapted to it, and then I will always outgrew very quickly people. And this is not to brag, but this is what I'm trying to say for high level energy people, you could say it like this. I go very quickly Forrest Gump on stuff. When this project, but once we're in, then for me there is no limit. And that also is very congruent with the fact that I said my ambitions were way higher than my talent. Yes, but also when you have the people around you that are not so much focused on and try to make things better, but no more or less for self gain. True. And then taking shortcuts, and then of course things fall apart, and getting in business with somebody else, like, I never got married, but people say it's like a marriage. Well, you are attached to somebody else, and at one point when you go, let's say, the extra miles, the 10,000 extra miles, then you will have a subconscious thing that says, no, I do a little bit more. You're not gonna escape that. Or you should be so synchronized with each other, you do this skill and I have this skill, and that's how we can make this work, and otherwise it wouldn't work. That's a much better business, let's say, relationship. But still, just try to make it work on your own and hire people. Or, if there is a person, with a lot of experience, and then you do you come up with some sort of percentage, and then in the end also something that the guy with more experience, that he goes out of the business within or you reach a certain amount of money that he goes out of the business model. That's something what I like, and I do now a lot of commission, small equities, and when I don't perform, then I also don't earn. But if you have multiple things going on, then you can actually. And now these days, it's insane, huh? Really. And the young people, and I'm always saying this, 24, 20, you have so much knowledge. And also, what I also said, young people, let's say young, 20, we're not talking about minors. But I know a couple of minors, and the thing is, those people are so far ahead of me when I was that age. Those people, if they get the right guidance and the right, let's say, quote unquote nutrition, you don't have to feed them like a Spartan, but they can be, I don't want to say world leaders, but they can do a lot for the country. Because today I also saw some young guys, fucking animals. Yeah, I said it before, and I say it again. Especially here in Bulgaria, very strong people. But also in Holland, when I left Holland, all of a sudden, people get, bam. Nah, if I would be that high, I would be in the gym, and bulk up and look like an. Now, if I had, He-Man, Masters of the Universe. If you don't know what it is, because it's probably for your time, if you watch this, because people are around between 25 and 35, the demographics of the content watchers. But yeah, so in the end, I started with the fact people in different situations, different backgrounds, totally different backgrounds, smiling and waving, but very enthusiastic. Not like, hi. No, very, very abundant. And that says a lot, right? About the humane part. No matter what people come from, and I'm talking about strong people, weak people, and I know the history of several people. They always smile, they never complain, and also somehow the people who went through a lot of bullshit and keep that smile and keep the energy high, I think then you meant to be for bigger things. And if not, then you are already on your way to something. That's what I personally think. The people who constantly complain, oh, I'm depressed, I am overweighted because I gained so fast weight. But I'm mentioning the weight thing. It's not because I got anything against overweighted people. No, I'm just repeating conversation that I had with other people. Because also people when I stepped in the car, I gained a little bit weight because now I'm getting older. I'm saying, well, how old are you? One was 34 or whatever he was. He was not even 35. The thing is, be fucking honest. I eat too much and do too less. Simple. Keep it simple. Be honest. And this is what about honesty. People who live as close as possible. So for example, this is reality. This little finger over here, and this is you, the thumb, because I have to hold the camera with one hand. And the closer you get to reality, the more a life of fulfillment you live. And I love to live in reality, harsh reality, true reality. I embrace reality, and that is also probably one of the reasons I love all neighborhoods actually over here. I love to chat with the people. I don't, also, yeah, and you know, of course it took a long time, because like I said before, I was not as peaceful in my mind like I am now. But that's why I want to share those things. I'm gonna cut the video because I keep on talking. I want to cut it now. Keep on thinking about, and this contradict, totally different world kind of women. You know, they were waving out, and they're always smiling. You know, it says something, right? It says something. And there are a lot of people are not always smiling, or when they wave, hey, or you know, holding back. Yeah, I'm shy. I'm not so extrovert. Well, some people are not extrovert, but people who love really life, they cannot hold back. They're not gonna hold back on anything because they want to wave. They want to, whatever they do. And then, and oh yeah, I got another one little tiny. There are people you can watch cook, and you can have people, when you look at them cook, you almost fall asleep. What do I mean with this? People, and the reason that I mentioned the cooking part, because I love to cook, but also I got very nice people who love to cook as well. But the people who are interested in what they do are also interesting to watch, and that is actually the reason that I say this thing, because it's a Jim Carrey saying, but I thought about a lot of people around me, you know, and the people who are really interested in what they're doing, really interested. So I'm gonna do this, and with detailed, not like put the soup together and don't do anything, you know, blah blah blah, no attention, not stirring the thing, not even smelling, tasting, you know, details. But also treating the food, because sometimes you see people, you know, chopping the things like this one is bigger than the other one. It doesn't matter. Those people are not interested in what they're doing, so they're also not interested to watch. You fall asleep. But I would love to mention his name, I think, but I don't. I'm gonna ask him because he's one of those guys. Also, when you see him cook, it's always entertainment. Always entertainment. Everything is moving, and everything can be discussed while he's cooking. You know. Also but I always have also questions about, you know, why this, why that. So there is syncing, and that's what I love. I love to sync with people, and like this, I think you build beautiful relationships. And when you don't sync with people, now yeah, that's why I'm also mentioning all those red flags, because that doesn't work with high level energy people. Yeah, if you're just a normal guy, then, you know, who takes it easy and everything is relaxed, and no, yeah, I can live another 3 years with my parents, and no, yeah, let's see the girlfriend that I have. Yeah, no, yeah, she cheats on me, and once in a while this and that, and you know, what can I do? Yeah, nothing. You better stay in that situation. Anyway, I'm gonna close the video for today. That's it. Try to be one of those first, one of the first million viewers, followers on this channel, and I'm gonna do my best to get better at speaking, showing better things, better angles. Everything needs to be better. I know, but it's only day 7, and this is not to give myself a slacking. No, not at all. The thing is, yeah. Ciao for now.